All right, let's get started on, this is textbook page 164, 165, and 166. I'm going to go over a couple of the trickier, couple of the questions. And so let's begin. So for many of these questions, you're just filling out tables or double number lines. So, for example, Celeste is making fruit baskets for a local hospital. The directions say to use 5 apples for every 6 oranges. And Celeste is filling her baskets with 2 apples for every 3 oranges. So complete the tables to find the equivalent ratios. Circle 2 columns, one in each table, in which the number of oranges is the same. So it looks like the directions say you should use 5 apples for every 6 oranges. So if you double that number, you do 10. So what should you do to the number of oranges? You double that as well. So some may be thinking, well, if I add 5 apples, I just add 5 oranges. No, right? No, you want to double it. So if I want to add 5 more apples, I'd have 15. And if I add 5 more apples, I need to add how many more oranges? Well, I'm adding 6 oranges for every 5 apples, right? So add 6 more. It's like 6, 12, 18. So another way of looking at it is like 5 times 3, and then maybe 5 times 4, which is 20 apples, and you should have 6 times 4, 24 oranges if you have 20 apples. Now let's look at Celeste's, her basket. So she did 2 apples for 3 oranges, which means she 4 apples, then 6 apples, then 8 apples. So if she added 3 oranges each time, it would be what? 3, then 6, then 9, then 12. Now they want us to circle the 2 columns, one in each table, in which the number of oranges is the same. Number of oranges is the same. Oh, right here. We have 12 oranges. Oh. Now compare the ratios. Is Celeste using the correct ratio of apples to oranges? Well, over here she's supposed to use 10 apples for every 12 oranges, but she only has 8 apples here with 12 oranges. So no, she is not. Let's jump down a little bit further. Tim is a first grader and reads 28 words per minute. Assuming he maintains the same rate, use the double number line to decide if he can read 150 words in 5 minutes. So a double number line just shows us that it's kind of like a table. It's pretty much exactly like a table. So after 1 minute, he reads 28 words. What do I do? How about 2 minutes? How much would he be able to read? Well, he'd be able to read another 28 minutes, right? Like double the amount. So that would be 40, 50, 56 minutes, I believe. Or sorry, 56 words. And then after a 3rd minute, he can read, let's see, what is 28 times 3? That's another way of doing it. We're adding 28 more to 56 would get you 84. And then after 4 minutes, let's see, she's able to read another, or Tim's able to read another 28 words, which gives me 112. And given another minute, could read another 28 pages, so that's 140, I believe. Yeah, 120, yep, plus 20, 140. So let's go back to the question. To use the double number line to decide if he can read 150 words in 5 minutes. Can he read 150 words in 5 minutes? In 5 minutes, 140 words? No, he cannot. He can only read 140. So let's jump down. Let's look at some other questions. Gina's art teacher mixing 9 pints of yellow paint with 6 pints of blue paint to create green paint, and Gina decides to mix 4 pints of yellow with 3 pints of blue paint. Did Gina use the same ratio of yellow to blue paint that her teacher used? So what you do is you write your 2 ratios. The teacher use 9 pints of yellow for 6 pints of blue, and then Gina used, let's see, 4 pints of yellow. Sorry, that's an ugly looking Y. 4 pints of yellow to 3 pints of blue. Is 9 to 6 the same thing as 4 to 3? Well, ask yourself, can I reduce either of these? Can I reduce 9 to 6? What can I divide them both by? Oh, I can. Divide both by 3, and 9 divided by 3 is, what is that? Well, it's 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So teacher used 3 ounces of yellow paint or 3 pints of yellow paint for 2 pints of blue paint. So 3 to 2 is the ratio. Does 4 to 3 simplify to 3 to 2? No, it does not. So let's go down a little bit more. Number 7, the Suarez family paid $23.25 for 3 movie tickets. At that rate, could the family use a $100 gift card to buy 12, or gift certificate to buy 12 tickets? You can use so many different strategies for this. You can use a table, you can use a double number line. You may want to start by saying $23.25 for 3 movie tickets. Oops, whoops, whoops, whoops. For 3 movie tickets. So that money for 3 tickets. And they are saying, hey, can you use $100 to buy 12 tickets? So really, you want to find out, like, how much would it cost to get to 12 tickets? Again, you could do a double number line, you could use a table, you can use so many different methods, but how do I get from 3 to 12? And you're going to do that same pattern to the top as well. So go ahead and try that and see if the money is going to be greater than 100 or less than 100. Let's do one more. Let's try 15. 15 asks us to complete each ratio table. So this is a little tricky because not with both these tables, it's not like you're using simple patterns. Like something to 12 to 18 to 24. What is the pattern here? Do we have a pattern? It looks like I'm increasing by 6, right? So something plus 6 more gets us 12. So that's one way of looking at it. Oh, 6. So it looks like we should go up by 4.5 each time, right? And see if that's true. 4.5, I think it is. So see what goes in those boxes. What about this? It goes from 80.8 to 40.4, and that to something else, and that to 10.1. What is going on with these numbers? Well, what is the relationship between these two, 80.8 and 40.4? How do I get from here to there? Like, what operation could we use? Like, isn't this like, oh, you know what? You may find that this is half of that. So if this is half, 40.4 is half of this, then whatever this number is, or actually another way to think of it is 80.8 is double 40.4. So you can just double this and find this number. So figure out how you get from 512 to 256 and do that same pattern to this number. And then try to figure out how to get from 40.4 to 10.1. Like I said, there are multiple strategies to doing this. You can also, because 40.4 and 512 is the one ratio that they do give you, you can also ask yourself, how do you get from 40.4 to 10.1? You know, what do you multiply or divide by to get you 10.1? And then you're going to do that same operation to the 512. All right, so go ahead and try these problems. They are, some of them are pretty tricky, but good luck.